personal. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
You can't do that, Chris. You're a good guy.
That's it. I'm a good guy, Glover. I'm like bad man trap over there.
That's right.
Good guy, Glover. We only condone violence in the ring, no violence outside
That's
the ring.
right.
No gang beats, none of that shit.
Only violence if you get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Pay me for that shit. Even hard, like, let me tell you something about sparring.
Yeah.
People go, you need hard spars. Nah, you're alright, bro. I don't want to eat through a fucking tube for the rest of my life.
That's right.
You know, if you want to have if someone wants to have a hard fight, get paid for it.
That's right.
It includes sparring. That's why a lot of these fighters are punch drunk. Because they're having wars in the gym. And the fucking stupid thing is, they ain't even getting paid for it.
And they don't even perform. Like, they leave the best parts to themselves in the gym.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. They're leaving a lot of themselves in the gym. And like, I was in New York for years and I was in Brooklyn. I've seen some of the best like some of the best action I've ever seen in my life in the gym. Like, people would have paid to see them spars. So surely the fight should have been getting really paid for it, and they weren't, that's for me, that's really a big issue in boxing that's not talked about enough, is the welfare of the fighters. But like in here, we got an amazing coach in Derik Santos, great coach, really works the guys smart, not hard but smart.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got some fighters who just wanna, you just think, oh, hard work, let's spar. I used to train with this guy. I won't even give him the publicity because it's not even worth it. And there was guys sparring 5 times a week. And then they're failing brain scans. I mean, why? Do you think? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of obvious why they'd be failing a brain scan. So, sorry to take that away from him, but...
No.
Sorry. No, we just got into the topic of, people
hard
having
sparring.
too many hard spars. And if you're gonna spar, like at an elite level, and get your head punched in, at least get paid for it. Do you know what I mean? Because these fighters are getting brain damage, they're failing brain scans, and the trainers don't care. They just move on to the next one. They don't give a fuck.
It's a big ego thing.
It's an ego thing, and it's because there's a lot of lazy ass trainers out there. Sparring gets you tough. It didn't get you tough because you're sat there fat as fuck eating shit. And you're not a real trainer, mate. Yeah, don't make shit in the gym.
Because fighters, sometimes this is not football.
Yeah.
Mentality needs to be a little bit different. You need to work a little bit smarter. It's not working hard, it's just working smarter.
Exactly.
Knowing exactly what you need. You don't need that overdoing and stuff. And you go, well, it all look good in the gym, don't know what happened. Well, sure, you left it there. That's what happened. You left it there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And the thing is a lot of these trainers kiss the right ass that
They get a name. They get a name in boxing.
Yeah, they get a name in boxing, or they got some rich manager feeding them fighters. They don't really care about. It's more prominent this in the UK than the US because there's a lot of good trainers over here. You can go to Florida. You've got Derek, you've got Kevin Cunningham's around there somewhere. You've got Sugar Hill Stewart. You got
Timur Bragomov.
Yeah, you've got. I like the guys who are up and coming at Beta Bay Boxing.
Coach Jeff.
Jeff's doing a good job, and obviously you got Jorge Rubio further down and play towards Homestead and that. So you've got a lot of good coaches in this part of Florida. There's more good coaches here than there are in the entire
UK.
Probably the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably harsh on the UK, but I'm not even joking. There's a lot of there's probably better coaches between Atlanta to Miami than there is in the whole of the UK.
Yeah, because I know the one time I went to the UK, I know British boxing is boxing's already kind of like a bubble, but British boxing is like a smaller bubble.
It's very small. I think Shane McGuigan's a great coach in the UK. Bob McCracken's a good coach, very good coach. Dominic, we were on about him, but Dominic Ingle's a very good coach.
What about Tony Sims? You like Tony Sims? Huh?
Well, how many? He's been given everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to badmouth the guy. I don't really know him, to be honest. I don't know him personally. I've seen Dominic Ingle with Kell Brook, and Dominic's a very good coach. He's born into boxing. But Tony's been given all these fighters through Matchroom. What have any of them done? I ain't done shit. So don't act like I'm trying to belittle people. I know I ain't done shit.
Joe Cordino won the world title.
Yeah, all right, one.
Yeah.
How many? What's that Conor Ben up to these days?
Conor Ben? We don't know.
Yeah. I'm not going into that.
Yeah.
I'll get illegal. That's it for the...
Yeah.
I don't want to legal letter, but you know, there's a lot of fighters like John Ryder's, you know, come and gone. He's an early man. I really like John Ryder, and I'd love him to be a world champion. Do you know what I mean? But like you own, you know, with that level of talent, one champion.
Yeah.
One. Do you know what I mean? The guy I like, you know, I go back to Brooklyn. I was in a camp which produced 8 world champions. From scratch. That's a trainer.
Yeah.
That's a proper trainer. When you've got Saddam Ali, Daniel Jacobs, you know, Curtis Stevens, okay, he's the world title challenger. Curtis Stevens, Saddam, Danny Jacobs, Louis Collazo, Richard Comey.
Yeah, Derevyanchenko.
Sergei Derevyanchenko, the technician, what a great fighter, mate. When you've been around those type of fighters and then you hear a name and then you see people who've been given a lot but not really done much with it, it's hard to take them seriously. And I'm not disrespecting Tony Sims, I'm saying in general, that's not about Tony Sims. In general, you know, once you've had that education in professional boxing, it's very hard to like go, you've got everyone from Scotland, let's say, going to one trainer and none of them ever do anything. Surely to start asking questions to the trainers now.
Yeah. How good are they really, you know?
How good are they really, do you know what I mean? Like my mate Dominic Vaughan, he's an up-and-coming trainer in Scotland. He's going to go a long way, because he's third-generation trainer. He's going to really go a long way, you know what I mean? Never told me and say, good lad.
Oh, good.
You know, he's a good lad. Scouser, he's a scouser. But someone like that's going to go a long way. But then you look at other trainers, you know, like that Bacoli's trainer, I won't even know, he's a fucking idiot.
I forgot his name. What was his name?
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah. He said
Fatty. So spends all his time in the bookmakers and spends his time in the gym with the fighters. That's why he's only got Bacoli. But Bacoli needs him because Bacoli needs someone to live. He's only using Bacoli for him. You post that Sam. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Lunga McCarbo, his team is saying go back with the Lunga McCarbo's people. It's his brother. Do you know what I mean? What happens? And then you got multi-trainers, idiot trainers getting up, start shouting shit on the internet. You really think that that's going to get your fighter a fight? No, it ain't. It's going to put people off your fighter, because one, it shows he can't speak for himself, and two, you're just looking like a complete prick. Because people have there's different markets. If me, Christopher Glover, goes over to bloody, you know, to South Africa,
yeah,
and I start calling out all the South Africans, they're going to think I'm a prick, aren't they? So why would someone do that in the UK? Why wouldn't you not be respectful to other fighters? Oh, that's because you don't know shit about boxing, because you've never done it. Sorry. There's a code within this fucking sport.
Nah, no.
Respect that these people, these trainers who had one amateur fight and a white collar fight and a fight outside the pub, and then they're a trainer, they're a PE teacher. That's all they fucking are. Sorry, it's a topic I'm very passionate about.
I can see that.
Whilst they make them spar 5 times a week, you know, they're getting punched in the head, but they're sat there playing on the phones. Because that's all they fucking do, is sit there playing on the phones with no interest in what's actually going on in that fighter's career. Because there's going to be another one, and there's going to be another one, and there's going to be another one. That'll come along, and it'll fill the gap for a bit, and they'll make most of their money from personal training, because they get to say, oh, I trained this guy. Yeah, better knowledge for the morning.
I see that. Yeah. Well, Chris, thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.